We got a lot of new shiny WWE toys. Rollins is walking around with a modern world title, Reigns is carrying 3 titles, women got new belts, and in general we don't have a single WWE championship left from the Ruthless Aggression or PG era. Makes you realize how much has changed in the WWE. I never knew how to necessarily feel about new WWE championships being introduced. I mean, on one hand it's exciting, we just got something new. On the other hand, wouldn't it look cooler if someone like Gunther held the actual Intercontinental Championship that has such rich history? It's like a completely different belt now. I don't know, it's just that every time I see wrestlers holding classic championships, it just looks better. Oh, it's a championship that Bret Hart held. You know what I'm trying to say? Whatever the case may be, we do have a lot of new shiny WWE toys. I've made similar videos in the past, but I believe my opinion has changed quite a lot. And like I've said, we have new titles. So in today's video, we are going to rank every single WWE championship belt we have in 2023. Let's start with the Intercontinental Championship. I'm trying to be as objective as possible right here. I don't like this championship. I've made it clear many times before, which is crazy because I love the World Heavyweight Championship. This one looks similar, but it's just not the same. I've come to realize I don't necessarily hate this championship that much. I hate what it represents. No, that's not it. I look at this championship and I don't see the Intercontinental title. I grew up with this Intercontinental Championship, and when Cody brought this one back, I didn't mind because it's one of the most beautiful WWE designs ever. So when you go from arguably the best looking wrestling belt to this, you can't help but hate on it. But like I've said, I'm trying to be objective. I'm trying to forget the history of the Intercontinental Championship. So where do I put this belt? First of all, the design is not that bad. It lacks color. That's the main issue I have with this. I can't hate on it too much. Compared to other titles, it's not that bad. I'm gonna put it in B. It's fine. Women's Tag Team Championships. Okay, when WWE first introduced these titles, I was way too positive because at the end of the day, I don't hate these titles, but it does look kinda odd. I'm not the biggest fan of WWE's Tag Team Championships, and this is basically the same. I was just happy that WWE gave us something just tiny bit different because obviously the shape of the title is different. But yeah, boys, opinion changes more than John Cena's t-shirt has changed in the past 15, 20, 30 years. I'm gonna put this championship in C. I don't like it, but I don't hate it either. NXT World Championship. What have they done to this belt? Why does it have color now? Why they went back from NXT 2.0 and it still has color? Obviously they took inspiration from the big old World Heavyweight Championship, just like the WWE World Heavyweight Championship did, so I can't hate on it too much. To me, as much as I love the design, it kind of looks a bit too modern in a way. I don't get the giant X it has, which actually might be better than a giant WWE logo. Okay, I'm putting it in B, and I like it more than the Intercontinental Championship. I guess that's fair. Women's NXT World Heavyweight Championship. It's basically the same belt. What can I say? It's basically the same belt. Now I gotta decide whether I like it more with a black strap or a white strap, which doesn't necessarily make that big of a difference. So what do? I'm gonna put it just below the men's title. With this one, the black works a little bit better. And look, if these championships didn't have rainbows all over it, I would probably put it in A because I really love these championships. Now it looks a bit too childish, I guess. North American Championship, one of the most unique WWE titles we ever got. It looks like a boxing championship if boxing championships actually look good. Man, have you ever thought about that? Boxing titles, well, they kinda suck ass. The worst wrestling titles probably still look better than most boxing championships. Just my opinion. Hate on me all you want, sue me. Sue me! I'm not going crazy over this championship, you know, it's not one of my favorite belts, but it's unique, so it already, you know, has some additional points. I'm gonna put it in B below the Intercontinental Championship, but it's almost the same. NXT Men's and Women's Championship. Again, they look the same, why don't we just rank them at the same time, right? What is the point? I actually like the way they look. They're probably the best looking tag team championships we have in the WWE. Honestly, I like the shape of them. They still kind of look prestigious, and it has gold. Why would you put anything but gold on a championship? Who made that decision? Brett, you started this bullshit. I'm gonna put them in B, and I believe the white one looks just tiny bit better. Not by much. Okay, the WWE Raw and SmackDown Tag Team titles. You know, I thought maybe it looks a little bit better than the coins we used to have, but I believe we thought that just because we got something new. Barely. By a pube hair. I don't know, man. Especially right now, there is no reason to have these championships. No reason whatsoever. Like, when you look at all of these championships, you can be like, okay, maybe some past championships looked a little bit better, you know, maybe the new ones look better. You can argue. You can't argue about this shit right here. Take a look at every single WWE Tag Team title. They look 100 times better than the new ones. All of them. It's silver, it has red, it has blue. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't like them. I'm gonna put them in C. And honestly, they're not worse than the Women's Tag Team Championships. But the Women's Championships at least look unique. The World Heavyweight Championship. Oh, yes. My favorite WWE title right now. Probably Wrestling Championship. For sure. I'm a big fan of this sucker right here. You know, if I could make love with it, I would. I instantly fell in love with this championship because it's basically big gold just with a WWE logo. It could be a bit better. Maybe the logo should be golden. I get where people are coming from. I don't mind it that much, but it's really not adding anything to the championship. But at the same time, I get why WWE are doing it, and I don't mind it that much. S tier. The United States Championship. Hear me out, people. When WWE introduced this championship, a lot of people said, well, it's unnecessary because the previous one looked good. Yes, it looked good. Never complain about that one. But you know what? Unpopular opinion, rare opinion. It's one of these rare cases where a new championship actually looks far better. I said it. I believe this is a wonderful design. It looks a lot more prestigious. Just the right amount of color, great shape, great size. Not sure if I'm talking about the United States Championship or Bobby's penis right now. Well, Bobby's Coco would go to S tier, but this championship goes to A tier. We have 5 championships, and let's be fair right now, only one of these championships actually looks different. All we basically have right now is a giant WWE logo, and I never knew how to feel about this championship. Yes, it's lazy. Yes, I would like something new at this point. I hate the fact that we have so many of them. If we would have like one, I would be fine. It's a beautiful championship, actually, you know. I actually don't mind it that much. My opinion changes sometimes about the championship, but it's mostly because, like I've said, they keep introducing the same belt over and over again. So let's start with the Women's Championship. I think right now it's sitting at A tier. We're just gonna try to figure out which color looks better on the championship. Women's World Heavyweight Championship. By far the best looking women's championship we had in the WWE history. Maybe in pro wrestling, probably. So this is an easy S tier. I still prefer it with the black stripe because, again, this right here. Okay, so look, people, WWE actually kept these belts. We do have the WWE Championship, Universal Championship, and the Undisputed Championship. And these 3 titles are basically the same belt right now. Now we gotta decide which design looks the best, so I'm going to rank them all at the same time, and now it's gonna be pretty difficult. Okay, first of all, Universal Championship is probably the worst looking championship. Still looks pretty okay, still looks fine. For a World Championship, a bit too cartoonish. WWE Championship is sitting probably so far the first. At the end of the day, it's a genius idea to have this kind of championship for a company, you know. And again, I don't mind the design, it's A. Like, I like it. I'm just saying, we have too many of them. Let's talk about the Undisputed Championship. You know, at first I hated it, and it's weird because with this championship, it can look really, really good or really, really bad, depending on the shot. So it's really hard for me to rank this, but one thing's for sure, it doesn't look better than the OG WWE Championship I just put in A tier. You know, so at the end of the day, I don't know, it's really hard. It's really hard. I guess I'll safely put it above the Universal Championship. Trying to be objective right here, if both championships got introduced at the same time a few years ago, I would probably hate the Universal Championship more. You know, but my initial reaction was different because, again, this championship, the same looking championship, you know, came after like, I don't know what now, 10 years probably. And this is my list. Maybe I could move some some of them, but I believe for the most part it represents how I feel about the WWE championships right now. Trying to be objective, you know, if you would put OG WWE titles right here, most of these would move like a tier or two, you know, they would move, obviously. But you know what I've realized while making this video? There's not a single WWE title right now that we have that is like a D tier. Like, we don't have anything that atrocious. Let me know in the comments below, how do you feel about the WWE championships right now? Thank you for watching this video. As always, the great one. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.